welcome back ladies and gentlemen to another video from me. Hi, I'm the Black Dragon and today we'll be continuing the new Dainstiff Archon quest. Let's go. Check out the hilly trails, okay.
Hey, look at those hilly trails over there.
They seem strangely calm.
Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago? Why are they so calm all of a sudden?
What are those butterflies? But I hear something. The new worlds they bade farewell to the shrouded sun.
At last, they no longer needed to dwell on their suffering, or try to differentiate between various thoughts of blasphemy. Such was the price they paid, and thus their souls became cleansed and pure.
Did you hear that? What was that sound just now?
It was someone false.
It sounded so gentle. Could that voice be comforting the hilly trails in some way?
I wouldn't say it was
this is
gentle,
weird.
but okay.
Let's check if this is happening anywhere else.
But those butterflies. These butterflies, they are new. Yeah, they don't belong where they aren't here normally, I believe. It's specifically
Looks like
around
the same
the
thing
hill
is
trails.
happening over here too. The hilly trails are calm.
Yeah.
You see, we're both still here. We've reclaimed an endless amount of time to love. Release your tears. You no longer need to hold back your sorrow.
Don't mind, it's a pretty gentle voice. Okay, there's probably one more group of hill trails we need to check on.
Over there. It looks like they're sleeping.
Indeed, looks like that.
In the end, he whispered softly. Sleep well, Father. Sleep well. When you awake, that which differentiates us shall be no more.
It almost sounds like a poem or some kind of story.
Yeah.
Well, now that the hilly trails have calmed down, Vimara Village should be safe at least.
Indeed, we need to get back, yeah. Oh yeah, we're currently in one of those, so no teleportation for us. So we'll just use this which goes that's faster than just running. I need to go higher. Never mind, we need to be over here. Here we go.
Grandpa Medea, is everyone alright? The Abyss Order seems to be up to something nearby.
Oh, it's playing out. Sorry.
The Abyss Order? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Thank you for your concern, but as far as I'm aware, it's been business as usual here in the village.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any clues about the missing villager while we were gone, did you?
Someone's gone missing, you say? Who would that be?
Huh?
They've forgotten. Things just got even more complicated.
You know, the young guy from Vimara Village. The one you've been looking for all this time. You posted a commission with the Sumeru Adventurers Guild.
Yeah.
That's kind of the whole reason we're here, actually. Your missing persons commission.
Ah, I do apologize, you two. I hope I'm not worrying you too much. I'm sure it's just my age making me forgetful again.
Yeah.
At least right now, I can't seem to recall whatever it is you're referring to. Perhaps you should try asking someone else.
We'll try.
How is that? Alright. Thanks for your help, Grandpa Amadia. Something's definitely not right. We just talked to Grandpa Amadia about the missing villager. There's no way he could have forgotten all about him just like that.
Well, he can. There are diseases that do that. Maybe it's something like that.
What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been erased again?
It's too early to say.
You're right. We should narrow down the possibilities first. Let's go ask someone else then.
I think there's one person we definitely need to ask, but I've got her name. Graham was one of the guys we talked to in the previous episode. There we go.
Someone's gone missing? Who?
Just as expected. That guy you said a bunch of nice things about earlier? The one you always used to chat with. He's around 20 years old, and you said he was a kind, warm-hearted person?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Really? You remember?
There aren't many young people who've earned that kind of praise from me. If you're certain that's what I said, then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. But why'd you say he's gone missing?
Do you know where he went?
Yeah, I just saw him leave the village. There was someone else with him, too. They couldn't have gone far.
Okay. Interesting.
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him. And apparently he just saw him?
I think he's
Do you think
the
maybe
wrong person.
it's not that there's something wrong with people's memories, but that we've somehow returned to a time before he went missing?
That returning to the past would be that simple. Given everything they mentioned about disturbances with ley lines, I'd say it's far more likely this is related to memories in some way. I need to think carefully what's really going on. Ah, they're bringing this back. We've returned to a point before the disappearance took place.
If we really did travel back to a time before he disappeared, that could explain why the villagers said he hadn't gone missing.
We are presently traversing someone's memories.
If this person only exists in people's memories, maybe we're in someone's memory right now.
People have forgotten about a missing person.
Just like what happened with Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, no one remembers him, because there's been a change in people's memories.
I think this is the most likely one.
Right! Paimon totally forgot about the ley line disturbances. We're in someone else's memory. Just like how you entered your sibling's memory last time.
Yes.
That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. It's a memory after all.
If we really are in someone's memory, then this is our chance to find him.
Right. If he's someone who only exists in people's memories, then we're finally on the same turf. But didn't Bayram just say that he saw him leave the village with someone? Where should we go look for him?
Yes.
Who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? We might not have that much time, and we don't even know whose memory this is.
Let's go through what we know so far.
Yeah, that'll help us narrow things down. We pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to...
Implant memories into minds of others.
Right! That! Could we try to figure out more about him using what we know of his ability? Like, does it maybe leave a trace that would somehow give him away?
Implementing memories into minds of others must be an imperfect process. There's no way the new memories could perfectly blend in with the old ones. There has to be some kind of tell. Teens for false memories will not change. Time does not pass within false memories, or false memories are easily forgotten.
There's a difference between memories that arise from lived experiences and those that are implanted into the mind. If time was allowed to pass within the false memories, there's a higher chance they might conflict with someone's original recollection. That would make it much harder to avoid suspicion.
Okay.
All the memories seem to be set in or near Vimara village, but I'm still not sure if they're restricted to this location.
False. Time does not pass within false memories. I think that's.
No wonder! All this time and the sky hasn't changed a bit! That must mean time isn't passing! That's the tell of the fake memories!
Indeed.
The implanted memories are basically taking place outside of the regular 24 hours of the day.
Yeah. I figured that.
If the memories included the regular passage of time, it would be easy for people to tell that something was off.
Yeah.
Like there could be overlap or something. People might start to wonder why they remember doing two different things at the same time of day.
This was already hinted at. This idea. Wait. Who was it? Okay, so I accidentally made a bit of a mistake during recording. So there's a bit of stuff missing from the video. Yeah, so wait. Give me a moment. Okay, yeah, that was after the part that I wanted, that I recorded, so there was a bit with some writing that was very interesting. Anyways, oh, we might be able to redo that. That would be good, because I accidentally missed it while recording, because I accidentally paused the recording, which is not handy. I'll quickly claim these though. Things. Yeah. And we'll go towards the tree where we need to go. Okay, it does seem that we can't do the conversation again, I think. That looks a bit. Or maybe we can. No, it's not appearing again. Yeah, we just end up here, okay. There was some text that I would have loved to translate, but I don't have it recorded. Unfortunately. Anyways, so what you guys missed is basically the person we found is Caribou. The person in the memories is Caribou, and he is here. And that's basically all you really need to know. The rest will be explained in this part, which I have already played but forgot to record. Thankfully I could roll back that, and I am recording this time, so here we go. And I will try to match my reactions with the previous recording, but yeah. What is this place?
I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer exists in the real world after all, as you well know.
You look quite exhausted.
It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this, and now
Indeed
time
has.
finally arrived.
It indeed has. This is a rare opportunity for me as well. I should try to learn as much information from Caribou as I can. What exactly is the Loom of Fate?
Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret coursing through your veins. And a degree of abyssal power that defies comprehension. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, I would become the loom of fate. But, despite his intentions for me, I never truly became the loom of fate. I was merely used as a means for its construction.
Oh.
In truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion.
Nah.
The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of consciousness left over within the loom of fate.
Kaiba is dead. That's why he no longer exists outside of people's memories.
As for your question, the loom of fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines.
Weaving ley lines?
In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But, as more of it is completed, its power becomes stronger and stronger, until finally, it has the power to weave real ley lines of its own. Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower level ability to influence memories. But it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world.
So that was the source of your ability to implant memories?
Yes. I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose you can think of it as a form of compensation. After all, its existence cost me my life.
So the memories... Oh, fuck. That makes sense, but it still lost us to... yeah.
Ah, that. I was wrong to implant those memories. I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. Not only for everyone in the village, but for you as well. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world. As if I had a chance at life.
So that's why. I would never have guessed. But is there any kind of meaning to this? Does, well, me existing in people's memories really count as
I know
living?
what you must be thinking. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I just couldn't accept it. I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. What other people would think of me. Chief Ahmadiyya, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa. What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. Just a quiet life in a peaceful village. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. One memory at a time. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended a long time ago. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to grow up.
In the end, it all stems from the tragedy that occurred in Conrad back then. You know, everyone is looking for you.
I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. But, well, that's not possible for me.
as I understand it. Even though you only appeared in their memories, your existence was a great comfort to them. They all believe you once lived among them.
I know.
And that I found you, let's continue this conversation some other time. They might still need some help.
Captain Dainsleif. Twilight's sword, you mean? No need to meet up with him. Things should already be settled on his end.
Settled?
Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk to you in my consciousness like this can only mean one thing. The Loom of Fate has already been completed.
What? The Loom of Fate is already completed. That means the eye of the first Field must have fallen into the hands of the Abyss. Could something have happened today?
No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he? His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the prince. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. A very thorough
They
plan.
never handed me the eye.
That's right, because in his mind, he had given it to you already.
You sneaky... Wait, does that mean he gave Dane a false memory? He made him think that when...
Before you two entered that false location.
And that's my sneaky little bit
Traveler, wait.
of a Carabao.
Hmm?
We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
Mm-hmm. So when Dane throws
That
us
was when
back
I
down,
implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary, and took that memory to be real. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. And to do that, we had to retrieve the eye.
So Dane had the eye this whole time until the Abyss Order took it away. I'm not sure there's anything we could have done. Now that the Loom of Fate is completed, what are you planning on doing with it?
I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but I truly have no idea what the Prince is planning. Teyvat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist. In the face of everything they could be planning, I fear I'm too insignificant to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and my goal, at least...
Your goal?
You remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. I believe you saw him in your siblings'
Yes, I
memory.
remember his father.
After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form, I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish. To comfort me, my father told me a story, that this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster. That story managed to dispel my fears, even if just for a moment. My goal was simple, to use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its strongest, to implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurls. In that memory, I would tell them a story, just like my father did for me. It was a story of fairy tales and love. But more than anything,
Yeah. It's
it
interesting.
was the story of us.
So the thing that caused the Hitchers to come down back then, that was Caribou's story. Also, this is up to the point where I got last time without recording. So that was his goal. That was the only thing he wanted. He had a device as powerful as the Limb of Fate at his disposal, and all he wanted to do with it was to offer the Hitchers a moment of comfort and peace.
I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. Implanting those memories, that was the most worthwhile thing I could offer.
Perhaps. I think it was very meaningful indeed.
All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. In truth, that trace of my consciousness should have dissipated long ago. My goal was the one thing that allowed me to hold on all this time.
Okay.
But now, the bedtime story is finished. And it's finally time to rest.
So Caribou is now officially going to be gone. Oh, cutscene. Anime cutscene. Nice. And it's gone. Just like that.
Looks like I was too late to see Caribou one last time.
Eva.
Caribou's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too. Well, how about a conversation?
Yeah. We've got a lot to talk about, brother.
The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I almost can't believe it's real.
That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years.
What exactly are you planning? What are you going to do with the Loom of Fate?
The Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time. Before the heavenly principles awaken.
The heavenly principles are still asleep.
Yes. For 500 years now. Ever since the cataclysm in Conria. There's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne, yes?
Yeah.
Such a flagrant disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the Heavenly Principles situation. However, the Heavenly Principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be, or what might trigger it.
You really hate the heavenly principles, don't you?
You could say that. Just look at Caribou. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful. Even as a hilly churl, seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world. even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words. Lumine?
They're using their real names.
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you. But for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
Indeed, a good question. Who are those two people?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together. You told me. You wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me? Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean?
I miss you too, Lumine. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes. Let alone my own sister.
What's going on?
What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our ability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Caribert gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here. Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
Oh.
You're only telling me this now?
Dude. Dude! He did us dirty with that one. Anyways. That was the reunion between Eva and Lumine. Wait, what were we talking about? No. Ah. Very interesting.
Still so sleepy. Paimon's head feels all fuzzy. Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. They couldn't wake us up no matter how hard they tried, so they decided to just bring us back here.
Yeah.
Oh, and Dane came by just now. It looked like he was injured. He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were alright and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya.
He never changes, does he?
Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw that guy you called Caribert. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember what happened.
Caribert and I talked for a while. He told me about the Loom of Fate.
Really? What a score!
I guess our commission is completed then. The missing villager, the person who only existed in people's memory, was Caribert all along. But now that he's gone, I'm not sure how to explain those things to the villagers.
What happened after that?
For that? Huh, I can't seem to remember. Maybe I'm just tired. I feel like something else happened, but why can't I remember? I'm not sure why, but it almost feels like I'm lost something.
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
Bayram? You sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. Wasn't anything good or bad, I'd say. It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching to the adventurers. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village, and he saw our missing villager. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together. They looked like quite a happy family, apparently. And after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Kind of strange that we forgot all about it for so long.
So that was how Caribou said his goodbye.
Oh, and we also remembered his name, Curry Bear. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner.
It would have been. Make sure you remember it this time.
Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is. And we're all relieved now that we know what happened.
Seems like everyone thinks Curry Bear left the village. That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation now.
Caribou is gone, the Loom of Fate is now completed, and no one else will try to change the villagers' memories.
Paimon wonders how Atosa's doing. Maybe we should go check on her. If she hasn't remembered like everyone else, we can tell her what happened. Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so she's probably at the tree. Come on, let's go talk to her.
Yes, let's go. And we'll be there in just a minute. Here we go. And there she is.
Hey Atosa, how's it going?
Oh, it's you two. I was just about to go looking for you. I wanted to thank you. I was part of the search party, so I remembered what happened to Curry Bear now. Honestly, I just can't believe I forgot something so important.
Maybe he wanted you to forget him. I'm sure he wouldn't want you to...
He always seemed to appear out of nowhere, and now he left just as quickly. If Curry Bear wants me to forget about the time we spent together, then I'm willing to try. I relied on him for a lot of things, but I'm sure with enough time, even the deepest of attachments can fade. Okay, I'll admit, I'm just putting on a brave face. I was dumped, wasn't I? Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying goodbye?
I'm sure he had his reasons.
You don't need to comfort me. I'll be okay. It's just like Curry Bear said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious. And you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day. Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two. I promised I'd help Granny Jahiet with something, so I should head back. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Well, that should be it, right? Everyone's lives can go back to normal now.
Yeah, seemed like
Wait,
it.
weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened after your conversation with Curry Bear?
Right, what was it that happened? I can't remember. It feels like there's something in my pocket.
A picture? Where'd that come from? Let Paimon see.
You must get along with each other, the two of you. Oh, this is thumbnail material. Oh, yes. But nice. Ah, I get it now. Okay, yeah. To be continued. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.